constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Working the middle, it's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Handoff from the gun. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Safe completion on the screen. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Creates a little room. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him else.
Back to throw, it's Moss. It's complete. Touchdown Cardinals. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Looking for room. It's Allen. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The give from the gun.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball's snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Makes the catch. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete and jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Back out on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Breaks into the open. 10. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Louisville.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The give to the back. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On the move, it's Singleton. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. That's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
The give to the back. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They go right back to it. Shows him the stiff arm. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Throws to the tight end. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. The quarterback completes and gets another 1st down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
I like the adjustments from this offense from 1st possession to 2nd. Like, 1st possession, you can tell, maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. Didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together. A good response from punting last drive.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
Let's go! Here we go, set!
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Ready?
The 12th play of this drive, the defense trying to dig in on 3rd and goal.
Cut! Pound 55 weak.
Motion from the wide receiver. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Smashes it between the uprights. Time to settle for the field goal. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big...
Oh, he's got some space. The 30, the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Looking downfield, it's Aller. Under fire. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Hudson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Caught, close to the marker, it's Pena. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. The Nittany Lions kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work.
3:25.
To the air, it's Aller. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And the Nittany Lions can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Finds his man. It's Singleton. Running through contact. Touchdown, Penn State. A great catch and run for 6.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. He's got it for a big play. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this 1st half for the offense. They generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. To throw, it's Moss. The quick out. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Strong run. Picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. It doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Looking to pass, it's Moss. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Pass to 50. Pass to 30. The 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Got his man downfield. Turning it on. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there.
And that's a hard thing to do as a receiver, but because you want to catch the football, you want to get upfield and make more yards. And sometimes you got to realize, I just got to toe tap that thing. I just got to get one in, get the completion. That was a missed opportunity right there.
They're dealing with a second and long. Brown has it. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
These old girders are rocking on 3rd down here at Beaver Stadium. Back to throw, it's Moss. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Cardinals, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got it in the middle, it's Bell. Touchdown Cardinals. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Louisville, 28, Penn State, 17.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air, it's Aller. Going for it all. Makes the grab down the left side. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. To the air on 1st down. Now improvising. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He'll take the deep shot. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And he's not going to take the touchback. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. And the Cardinals will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20.
Green 25.
Dropping back, it's Aller. Grabbed in the middle, it's Pena.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught over the middle. It's Hudson. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in this.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, you've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team.
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
The Cardinals now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking for a man. It's Moss. Quick completion on the out. Ball is loose. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. He'll run for it. There he goes. Inside the... And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Louisville. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Catch in the middle. It's Hudson.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long, they dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Allard. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down, just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. That's caught. It's Hudson. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
Listen, you hear all the time about how important it is to stay on schedule offensively, right? And this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this 1st down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got his man on the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Looking for a man. It's Allard. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dinkins. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
He wants to throw it. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Scanning the field, it's Allard. Got a man, it's Hudson. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Saunders. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Saunders. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's Saunders. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play.
Get set, get set.
Wants to throw again. Got it in the middle, it's Ross. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of implications at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Now the toss. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Marches ahead. Touchdown, Penn State! And here they come, almost all the way back. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. But this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it. He's got it along the sideline. He's into the open down the middle. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. From the gun, the running back has it. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Allen. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Dinkins. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
The Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Brings into the open. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. Going to sling it on 2nd down. And those two couldn't make the connection. Incomplete pass. The Nittany Lions really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Aller. Grab near the marker, it's Allen. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And the Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal here in the 4th. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, and excellent field position for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
49, Penn State, 39.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field, and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose him.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It's such a hard time. You know the clock's ticking. You know you're down. You got to force the ball down the field. But guess what? So does the defense. They knew the vertical routes were coming. They broke on the football, and that does not look good for this ball game.
They'll try the run. Turning it on. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.